Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Erica is joining us this morning from Wesley Willows. We're going to talk about memory care. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We love, every time we hang out with you guys from Wesley Willows, we learn a little bit more, not only about the facility, but about, what's going on there, because it's not just a place to just live, sleep, and eat. You're doing so much more. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started there.
Yeah, so I've been at Wesley Willows for 8 years. I have been in memory care the whole time, but my role has evolved a lot, and I wear many hats, and it's truly a blessing and a great place to work in addition to living. So in memory care, I had a familial connection to dementia that really kind of gave me the passion for it. And then from there, I studied with Rush University Alzheimer's Disease Center, became a certified dementia practitioner, and have helped many of our residents and those external to Wesley Willows through the dementia journey.
That's so important. It's such a hard thing to go through for both the person going through it and the family. It's very, very hard. So it's important to have someone at Wesley Willows who, you're a liaison and you are going to help everybody figure out, the path for them. So tell us about the different levels of care at Wesley Willows.
Sure. Relative to memory care, so we have really two different areas. Since 2006, we were certified for memory care in our skilled nursing area, so in our health center. And what's great, and it's really set us apart, is the fact that we are able to care for individuals with dementia that are in the latter stages of dementia. So when they are dependent on staff or on a caregiver for those activities of daily living, the bathing, the dressing, the toileting, the transfers and mobility, all of that. And it's somewhere that we have residents, we have 20 residents that can live on the unit, but then we have 10 additional that we can take as part of a day program. And that can be someone that lives on our campus with their spouse and who's a primary caregiver, but they need a reprieve throughout the day. It's even open to those in the community, obviously in non-COVID times.
Right.
But that is certainly an opportunity as well for those in the community. But what we noticed is there was a bit of a gap in our services, and really the vision of Wesley Willows is to be, the leader in providing services and amenities to seniors. And so we had created a new program that launched in 2019, and that is our Memory Wellness Center. That is only open to our residents, and it's really an extension of our life enrichment or activity programming, but it is for those with early to mid stages, because what we found is we have residents, we have couples that are residing either at Peterson Meadows or Wesley Willows that need, the caregiver needs that reprieve, the spouse needs that reprieve, and the individual needs an environment where they don't feel alone with the disease, and they just need to thrive and, be engaged, so hopefully they can maintain their level and not continue to progress as quickly as they might by just sitting home and watching TV. So the Memory Wellness Center has been a great addition to our campus and really kind of helps us meet an individual's needs with dementia at all levels.
So for those of our viewers who are watching who kind of want to just know a little bit about Alzheimer's, how can you identify if there is an issue with you or a family member?
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and so many people are concerned, obviously, I can't think of a person's name off the top of my head. I'm watching TV and can't come up with that actor's name, but I've watched them for years. And things like that, if you remember it later, not so much of an issue.
Okay.
Our brains are going to age. It's just a part of getting older.
Yeah.
But when it becomes abnormal is when it's everyday tasks and it's interfering with your everyday life. So if you can no longer pay your bills, if you find yourself or you're being told that you're cyclical in conversation, where you kind of repeat yourself, if you are getting lost driving in familiar places or walking in familiar places, things like that, you don't have that, it comes back to you faster, is really when you need to, see a physician.
And if we wanted to reach out to you guys or to Wesley Willows, get more information on what you do or just on the facility in general, where can we go?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can go to the Wesley Willows website, of course, and certainly you can call the Wesley Willows number and, ask for myself, Erica Lee, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know we're going to do some more with Wesley Willows in a couple weeks, so that should be pretty
Awesome.
fun. Coming up next, we are minutes away from some delicious State Line appetizers entering your life with the Good Day State Line appetizer card. You do not want to miss that. But before we get to that, it's time to find our fan of the week. We asked you on Facebook, what time of day do you eat the most snacks? Our winner this week is Kim. She said 3 p.m. That's good snack time, Kim. Kim wins a GDS swag bag packed with so much fun stuff, and you can win next week too. Just follow us on Facebook to find out how to enter. We'll be right back.